Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with the end of another great trading week. And what a great way to end the week in terms of the crypto market right now. I got in on a little bit of the fun, so stay tuned to figure out what my new positions are. But as we always do, let's take a look at the market overall. We'll take a look again at Marathon Patent Group by looking at the Robinhood trading graph for today. I'm going to show you some new news articles that came out today. We're going to do some updated technical analysis to see, are we going to have a pullback now on Marathon? Or are we just going to keep going to the moon? And as always, we're going to end the video looking at the option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing with Mara. So stick around to the end and let's get right into it. So looking at the heat map here, you can see kind of a mixed bag on the board, mixture of green and red. But you know what? I'll take it because it's more green than there is red. The big tech stocks were green. The semis didn't have a great day today. Micron had a little bit of a sell-off after a good earnings session yesterday. AMD was also red, Nvidia, Intel red. But let's get right into the video. Let's talk about the cryptocurrency market. And again, we're going to take a look at Marathon Patent Group. So take a look at this. I mean, this was a slow day for Mara, only up about 18% on the day. You know, we're used to the 20, 25% days, but you know what? It's still green, so I'll take it. And then we are down a little bit while I make this video after hours, about 0.4%. We'll have to see where we end up in the after hours trading, but you know what? We're going to be big green on the day. Take a look at this stock, up 112% on the week. You could have doubled your money in a week on this stock. Craziness. Let me know in the comments below if you've been a long-term shareholder or if you've been playing options on Marathon Patent Group. On the month, you would have 4x'd your money, up 400% on the month. On the 3 months, you're up over 1,200%. I mean, take a look at this. This stock is not parabolic. This stock has gone vertical. It's gone perpendicular. And I'm going to show you that on the TradingView graph. But this was just craziness. Take a look at the options chain. So I showed you the options chain yesterday, or 2 days ago, I should say. And I had to get in on the action because it was just too juicy. For a weekly option now that expires next Friday, at the money, if you wanted to sell a put, you would collect $408 in premium for only $2,600 in collateral. That would give you a return on risk of, take a look at this, 15.7%. So incredibly juicy. I had to get in on the action. So I did open up some cash good puts today, actually right at market open. And I will admit I played it safe, and I'm going to tell you why when we look at the TradingView graph. But we have run up so quickly that I thought, and I'm still thinking, that at some point we got to have a little bit of a pullback, right? A little bit of some profit taken. So I wanted to play it extra safe. January 20th is the presidential inauguration, and things may change. So I wanted to make sure I get in a strike price before January 20th, and this fits the bill at January 15th. And keep in mind, Mara only has monthly options right now. I really hope they get weeklies, but they only have monthlies. So January 15th was basically my best bet if I didn't want to go out another month into mid-February. So I sold, and get this, this is the most contracts I've ever sold at one time on one ticker. I sold 30 contracts of Mara all the way down here at the $7 strike. Now, at the time, these were going for $5, but my broker, they got me some good fills. Some of them filled for $5 and some filled for $6. So my cost basis is somewhere around $5 to $6 a contract. So my average max profit is somewhere between $5 and $6 per contract. And these are a weekly option. And like I said, I sold 30 of them. So just for argument's sake, let's underestimate it and say they were all worth $5. Well, by selling 30 of these contracts, I can make $150 of max profit in a week because they expire next Friday. And take a look at this. They have a 96% chance of profit, which is very good to me. And for Mara to drop to $7 or less, Mara is currently trading at $26.65. Let's just call it 26 even. So Mara would have to drop $19 in a week, which means it would have to drop over 73% in 1 week, which I know Bitcoin is volatile, but 73% in 1 week, that's going to be hard to do. And that's why the probability of profit is over 96%. So I'm liking those odds right now, hoping I get max profit of $150 next Friday. Stay tuned and find out. But let's see those news articles that I'm talking about. Here's the first article. This one, it comes out of The Street. This one's a quickie. It's titled MicroStrategy and Marathon Patent Soar in Tandem with Bitcoin. We already knew that. Other stocks like Riot Blockchain have also been going up as Bitcoin's been soaring. But the nice thing I liked about this article is take a look at these stats. Marathon Patent Group has reached a total market value of $1 billion earlier this week thanks to Bitcoin's rise. It's risen 169% since the beginning of the year and was up 24% on Friday, which is today. The total market cap of all cryptocurrencies is now above $1 trillion, according to CoinGecko. So that's really all I want to get out of this article. Take a look at this. Investopedia, which is a rather reputable source of information, just in terms of investing or trading in the stock market in general, it's a great resource. They've gotten in on the cryptocurrency craze. They produced this article that came out just today, hot off the presses, and it's titled Bitcoin Mining Firms Benefit from Soaring Bitcoin Price. They're talking basically directly at Mara. And this is a great summary article right now. And one thing they point out is back in 2017, when Bitcoin kind of soared like it did today, there were no cryptocurrency mining companies like Mara at that time. So right now, their two key takeaways are that stock prices for Bitcoin mining companies have risen along with the increase in Bitcoin prices, which we knew, and the close coupling between Bitcoin price and mining companies cannot mask bad financials and management. So they're basically saying it's great, but be careful of a pullback, because just because Bitcoin's going up, if the company is not that solid, well, you could have a pullback on that company. So just keep an eye out for that. Let's go do a deeper dive into this article. And some of the interesting stuff they say is that these companies basically rely on the higher price of Bitcoin because that translates to greater profit margins. And the interesting thing is that although anybody can mine Bitcoin, the mining ecosystem, as you can guess, is dominated by these big companies. And this is due to the cost of the equipment, the cost of electricity that it takes to mine Bitcoin. And it may have been easier early on, but because the number of Bitcoin that can be mined is capped, and Bitcoin gets harder to mine as more and more coins are already mined. So as we get closer to mining all of the Bitcoins, it gets harder and harder to mine more of them. So if you see, Marathon was a penny stock. So was Riot back in March when we had the illness. But ever since Bitcoin has been soaring, so has Riot and Marathon. Riot's gone up over 2,600%. Actually, they've both gone up over 2,600% as Bitcoin has started skyrocketing. So the real question on everyone's mind is Bitcoin mining companies, are they a buy? Well, yes and no, right? Yes, because the close coupling between Bitcoin price and stock valuations for these mining firms. However, like I said earlier, it doesn't mask bad financials or management. So there's an example of this company called Canon that investors sold off their stock last quarter, even though Bitcoin's price was going up. So that's an example of maybe a company that wasn't really that solid, and investors didn't like that and probably moved their money into other more solid mining companies like Riot or Mara. So let's take a look at the TradingView chart to see how we're doing. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. This thing is just straight up. This is not parabolic. This is perpendicular. It's basically a 90-degree angle, which is absolute craziness. If you saw my last videos, you know I'm predicting a little bit of a pullback. Take a look at how high the RSI is. We're at about 86. The last time we were at that level, you can see, was back on December 22nd. And we had a few red days. We had a little bit of a pullback. So I am expecting at some point to have a little bit of a red pullback just to kind of cool down the jets a little bit, because we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 straight days of us just rocketing to the moon every single day. There's got to be a little bit of profit taken here, right? Let's move this Fibonacci level up to the new intraday high, which was about $28 and some change. We did close the day around $26.40, but again, we are mooning after hours. We're up almost another dollar, up to $27 as I'm making this video. My thesis does not change. I think the overall trend for the next few days and weeks is going to be up and to the right. but I wouldn't be surprised if we have a little bit of a pullback first and then keep continuing on just rocketing up. I sold my cash good puts at $7 because take a look at this. The 50-day MA is going to be just at about $7. So for Mara to crash that hard, it would have to blow through multiple areas of support that I've identified, the 21-day moving average, which is the orange line, and then the 50-day moving average all within a week, which again, I think that is unlikely. So I feel pretty confident that I'll be able to collect max profit. We'll see. So currently my positions right now are some cash good puts on Virgin Galactic and now Mara. Let's take a look at the Trade UI option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing with Mara today. So here's the Trade UI platform I use to look at my option sweeps. We're looking at Mara. There are 32 sweeps that came in today. And if we take a look, it was actually kind of a mixed bag. 20 call options and 12 put options were bought. If I scroll through the more recent data, take a look at this. A bunch of put options, these red boxes, were bought before we closed down the market. They were all for next Friday, January 15th, for $23 and $25 strikes. So I think someone is like me thinking that we are going to have just a little bit of a pullback before we keep going up, because these were basically at the money. At the time, Mara was trading for a little over $26. You can see probably about $400,000 worth of options within these 5 plays there. We scroll down, take a look at some of these big money options. This is $645,000, again for January 15th. It was a call option that was bought, but it's in the money. The strike is only $15. So this is probably a hedge. Here's another one, same idea, $600,000, $15 strike, probably a hedge. And yet another one, $500,000, $20 strike, but this one is for March, again in the money. So I'm wondering if some people are hedging their bets right now, thinking that maybe Mara is going to have a little bit of a pullback, so they want to hedge their options or hedge some of their shares to make sure they don't lose a lot of money. But you can see we still have a lot of other options, but those are also hedges as well. Take a look at this. These are for a few $100,000 right here in the middle of the day. Again, 25 strike call options below the current share price. So it seems as though the big money investors are expecting a little bit of a pullback soon as well. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully it's not a big pullback, but I think the TA graph supports it. The option flow data supports it. So I wouldn't be surprised if this coming Monday we have a little bit of a red day or maybe even a flat day. But let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree. Make sure you join our Discord server. Make sure you add me on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and StockTwits. As always, hope you have a great weekend and happy trading.